To the 2017 awards ceremony of the Graphic Design Awards Ghana. My name is Sylvia Anand Mensah from University of Education, Winneba.
And I'm Dillis Maxvoy from KNUST. We're going to be your MCs for this afternoon's event. The order of this afternoon's event is in the brochure in front of us. So if you happen not to have a brochure, kindly put up your hand. All right, lovely. Okay, so I see some dignitaries in our midst, and during the course of the ceremony, we will be acknowledging them. To have the opening prayer, we would invite Isaac Opoku.
Before that, please, would like you to put your phones on silent mode. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon. Please, shall we pray? Father, we thank you, bless your name for this afternoon. Had it not been by your grace and your unconditional love, you wouldn't be alive this day. As you are about to commence this event, we seek for your protection, your guidance, that at the end of the day, we pray that everything goes on successfully, that adorations will be given unto your name. We thank you, we bless you, in Christ Jesus' name we pray with thanksgiving. Amen.
So this year's ceremony is supported by Grey Africa, Ghana Design Network, and Now Available Ghana. Dillis?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, let's recognize the following dignitaries. We have Mr., and if you happen to be around, kindly put up your hand so we can acknowledge you duly. Mr. Emmanuel Owusu-Date, a retired senior lecturer of KNUST. Can we see you? Please, a round of applause for him. Mrs. Gladys Ophir of the Dutch Embassy. Okay. We have Mr. Bruce Yao Ado of Ghana South Africa Business Chamber. Do we have you around? Okay. Mr. Hassan Salih of MESH. Boo. Mr. Ato de Graft Johnson, retired lecturer of KNUST. A round of applause. The rest will follow in due time.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the delegates from the participating schools and the previous winners. Please show your hands if you're around. Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Okay. Radford University. Radford? Okay. University of Education, Winneba. Thank you. Takoradi Technical University. Okay, you're welcome. IPMC Colleges of Technology. Okay, they are not around. We have Jeffrey Quay, the 2015 overall best student. He's not around. Michael Dra, 2016 overall best student from KNUST. He's not around. Okay, thank you.
Oh, so we continue to recognize the dignitaries in our midst. We have Kofi Oklu, the general manager of Now Available Africa Advertising Company. Do we have you here? Nana K. Dia, principal and creative director of Oxygen. Peter Kesting, president of Ghana Design Network. Ooh. Joanna Shamel, business and project assistant of Ghana Netherlands Business and Culture Council. Mrs. Petra Abba Asamoah, commercial manager of Media General Ghana Limited, owners of TV3 and 3FM. Mr. Abel Hodgson of Daily Graphic. Do we have you around? Carlos J., CEO of Insights Gray. Carlos J. Please, a round of applause for him. And Amma Ofebia Amponsa of the British Council. Do we have you around? So these are dignitaries we'll be expecting. So with time, we'll acknowledge them and we'll let you know who they are.
So right now we'll be having our speeches. Today happens to be the third edition of this award scheme, which has been designed and developed for the graphic design tertiary students. Today we will celebrate some of our students because then they will be going home with some prizes, not just students, but then professionals, and also recognize a company who has an in-house design in the company. They are doing very well, so then we'll recognize all those people today. Over to Dillis.
Okay, so without taking much of your time, we're going straight into the theme for this year's ceremony. Are you guys ready for the theme for this year's ceremony? Please, I'd like this to be very engaging. Are you ready? Okay.
Does
Reverse.
anyone know the theme for this year's awards ceremony? Anybody?
Okay, I'm glad I get to be the first person to tell you. The theme for this year's award ceremony is identifying the Ghanaian design identities. Please, a round of applause for the theme. Okay, so I have the pleasure of inviting over the founder and organizer of this award scheme. He goes by the name Mr. Felix Ofori Date.
Thank you, and welcome to the third edition of the Graphic Design Awards. I'm not going to deliver any speech. I have been told I am a visual communicator, so everything has to be through visuals. And the first one I did, second one I did, the third one I have to do it. I don't have any choice. I don't like giving speeches. I'm already doing it, so stop right. Just a minute. Distinguished guests, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third edition of the Graphic Design Awards. This year we had 61 entries. I think it's a bit blurred. Can you see it from there? Are you okay? Right. We had 61 entries, out of which integrated cross-platform had 8, and packaging design had 9. Magazine design, 12. Infographics, 18. Social media, 5. Website design, 3. And public service announcement campaign, 6. 61 entries, but some students decided to, enter maybe 3 or 4 categories. So it's not like we had 61 people entering. Altogether, we had about 51 students participating. The first edition, we had just 20 entries, or 21. And last year, we had 34. And this year, we've had 61. So definitely, you could see that we are improving, we are growing. And I would say thank you for your enthusiasm and your participation. This year, I started doing some experimentation based on the theme. The theme is identifying the Ghanaian design identities. As such, I decided that I'm going to design the awards booklet based on Ghanaian design identities. It's all experimentation. I'm not saying it's the best design, but it's an experimentation that I embarked on. The design is based on Asafo flag. Asafo flag. You know what Asafo flag is? That's Asafo flag. Asafo companies. Probably those at the coastal areas might know better than those of us in the interior. But Asafo, who can explain Asafo for us? Would the Uniba guys probably help us? Can I call one of you, please?
Asafo companies are traditional warriors. They are like soldiers, traditional soldiers for the traditional people. In the olden days, they were the people who were leading their people to war. So Asafo are actually soldiers. so to speak. And the flag is like their emblem. I think we know what flag stands for. And every flag, so every company is supposed to have a distinguished flag with elements that describe their strength and their functions. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jansen, De Graaf Jansen, right. So that is as of a flag. If you look at the black geometric shapes, that represent the border design of the Asafo flag. And often these Asafo flags have got a motif. In this case, I don't know whether it's I think it's a shark or a whale. And then a shape. Some have got, crocodiles, whatever. But I decided to go by a mask. So if you look at the typography very well, it represents a mask, African mask. The logo over there represents the eyes of the mask. The geometric shapes with a C, is it CYM? That thing represents the nose. And then the 2017 or 2017 and the award ceremony is meant to be to represent the mouth. Then again, if you look at the award ceremony, again, I also played on our local language, Chi and English. There's a fountain in it as well. Ever, all the languages are in, cater for everyone. So just pronounce it anyhow that you want. Right, so that's the cover design. Right, collaborations. Graphic design has gone far and is going far. We are growing big. We've gone beyond Ghana. Currently, we are in South Africa. We have a WhatsApp group. Through Graphic Design Award, we've created a WhatsApp group consisting of lecturers, your lecturers and the lecturers in South Africa. And they'll be communicating with each other, discussing ideas and what best they could do and others. And we are thinking of forming a professional association, Pan-African Professional Association, which we are naming African Institute of Design. That's a initial or proposed name. It could be changed later on. And the South Africans are keen. I was telling your lecturers this morning that I don't know what I've gone to tell the South Africans. I don't know, I just don't know. But they love Ghana. They really want to come and help us. Maybe I've oversold Ghana. You'll be there, you'll come and take you to South Africa. Right. So they want the headquarters of the association to be sited here, which is a good thing for us. If the headquarters of a Pan-African association is being sited here, a design association, it means you guys, we have to put in more, extra. Our designs have to be up there because everybody is going to look at us. Not only Africa, but the whole world. If the headquarters of an African association is going to be here, the whole world is going to look at Ghana. So you guys, you have to put in extra. In fact, it has to be all of us. We have to put in extra and make sure our designs are up to that point. Graphic Design Awards is facilitating the formation of Ghana design policy, of which I could say that I'm proud to say that we've kind of formed an interim board or committee to look at getting the members. They will soon go around visiting people to solicit ideas, and then we'll start working. And the interim chairperson for the National Design Policy is Ato De Graaf Johnson, if he's here. Well, you know. So Ato is the interim chairperson for the National Design Council. Yeah, thank you. Again, this morning, when I met with your lecturers, it was a very fruitful discussion. We enjoyed ourselves. And we decided that we're forming an association. It's both for educators and then for professionals. And we agreed on a name, and the name was Design Ghana. Design Ghana. Yeah. We will soon register it, and we'll have a branch or an opening for you, the students, to subscribe as well. Okay. Right. Moving on, we have the African Institute of Design. We decided to embark on a pilot project. In fact, it's not a pilot project; it's a big project. We want to rebrand Africa. We know ourselves. We know what Africa represents. We don't want the people outside there to, brand it for us. How do you go about it? We have to undertake research, solicit ideas. How do we view Africa ourselves? Our lecturers, or your lecturers, will come to you with a questionnaire later on for you to fill in. The South Africans have their ideas. They've submitted it to me. I will forward it to your lecturers later on to have a look at it. We need to rebrand Africa and tell the people outside that this is how we are. This is how we want you guys to perceive us. So it's a big project that we've started on, and it will be rolling on for a long time. Graphic Design Awards has also helped some lecturers to attend some conferences. And the first person to enjoy the scholarship of attending the conference is Dr. De Graft Janssen. He was the HOD for Uniba. He went to Denmark. I'll give you a platform later on to tell us what he observed over there. So Graphic Design Awards is not only awards. We are also helping your lecturers and the Ghana as well in any way that we can to project design and make design big in Africa. Okay? Right, partnerships. We've got a few institutions partnering us. Amsterdam University of Applied Sciences has agreed to host the Mentors Award winner, which goes to the lecturer, your lecturers and mentors. The winner will go to Amsterdam University of Applied Sciences for a week or two on lecturing engagements. And Grey Africa. Grey is a big advertising company which was started in 1917. It's really big. The headquarters is in America. And the CEO in Africa saw the program and is falling in love with it. And even the Ghanaian branch are also interested. So you see the Grey, where are they? They are in their t-shirts over there. That's the chief executive of Grey, Carlos. I'll give you a platform to talk as well. A few others as well there. So Grey Advertising has also bought into the idea and helping to make it a big, event. Eventually, we will go outside Ghana and it will be a Pan-African scheme. We have Greenside Design Center, College of Design, also interested in the program and helping us. They are going to host the overall best students for 1 month in South Africa, while the person is having an internship at Grey Africa's headquarters in Johannesburg. Then of course we have University of Johannesburg, who has been with us from the very beginning. They are also interested in helping us. Right. So the future of Graphic Design Awards. The South Africans, I said, are so much interested in the program. They said I should open it up and make it big to represent the whole of Africa. And we will be selecting some works from this scheme and then take it to Cannes Festival. I hope you know the Cannes Festival, that big festival, design festival in France. Through this scheme, we're going to select works from the various African countries and then exhibit them there. So it's a big platform for you. You never know. Your work could be seen over there. You all have to put in extra, work hard. I've talked about that. Yeah, the scheme to become a platform to showcase African design. Right. Thank
you. I'm not too sure if I'm going to deliver a speech because I didn't prepare for a speech actually. But as Felix said, I'm supposed to share some experiences with you because I was the first beneficiary of Graphic Design Award initiated grant, which saw me in Kolding, Denmark in June this year. I attended a conference organized by Cumulus Association. Cumulus Association is a graphic design-oriented association that has a number of important institutions all over the world being members. And they seek the welfare of graphic design, or of design generally. The theme for the conference I attended was redo. That is redoing design, and that was what ran through the entire conference. And few things were, in fact, everything was so good, but few things struck me a lot at the conference, and that's what I want to talk about. I actually wrote a report as a requirement after the conference. If you benefit from that award, you write a report that is posted on their website, so you can find it on their website. You just go to Cumulus Association website and you type my Cumulus story and type my name, Patrick de Graft Jansen, and my report is there. In that report, I pointed to certain things, and that is what I want to share with you, because that was about the newest things I heard of when I took part in the conference. The first one was designing through play. And Cumulus was actually working with Lego. I'm sure you know Lego, L-E-G-O, a company that designed games, that puzzles. And it's a very big company, institution. And what they are saying and what they are trying to bring into design is the fact that almost everything can happen through play. And as we might have all learned and read about, if you take your profession or your duties as a game, you don't even see it as work. And this is the thing that Cumulus, in collaboration with Lego, are trying to propagate. And so they are having a whole master's program on learning through play. And the other side is playing without being childish. What this means is that they want us to take design to a higher level, a step ahead of what we are seeing now. And they are trying to get people to love design as something that they enjoy, because of the fact that even some of the greatest inventions ever came about not because people even saw the necessity as we are experiencing today, but because they were enjoying doing it. If you see the guys at the Silicon Valley right now who are coming out with a whole lot of things, the iPhones and all those wonderful inventions, they all started as play. Play in the sense that when they discovered the microchip, they were playing with it. They saw it as a game because they could do things with it. And that is what has gotten us to this point. And so we can take our design a step further if we put in this element of play. If we take out the seriousness of life a little bit from design and see it as a way of enjoying ourselves, taking into consideration the needs of men. The other thing I heard about was design democracy. If anybody has been in Kolding before, as soon as you enter that community, that municipality, you see design. In fact, the whole municipality is designed. And so in Denmark, they call the place the Designed Municipality of Denmark. That is what Kolding is. And so when that conference was cited, I wasn't surprised. It's a wonderful place, a place where you never get lost. You begin from one point, and before you realize you are at where you started. So you may decide to get lost, but you won't get lost. I remember one day I just looked at the map and decided to, it was like when the guy who discovered West Indies, was it Columbus? He was going to West Indies, started from the east, and then he got to where he was. So it's a very beautiful place. And what these people are doing is that everything they are doing, they have integrated design into it. And so they do everything by design principles and design procedures, the design process. That is what they consider in everything they are doing. And why are they doing this? They are doing this because they have realized that it is only design that is embarked on with the needs of the people at heart. Everybody who set out to design something has some need at the back of their minds. So if somebody decides to design the face, like we see the ladies do these days, they have something at the back of their face. They want to satisfy either themselves or somebody who sees them. And so nobody sets out to design without a reason. And this is why they have realized that if they take the procedures for design, they can always serve the needs of their people. And so the coding design school is for the community. And everything, there's nothing that they do in that community without consulting the department, that university. They have 20-year projects going on. And if you read about the largeness of the program, how important the program is, and look at the people who are leading that program. You see these small boys and girls from the university. They are the people who are leading the program. And so we had the opportunity of meeting the mayor of the city. And it was so interesting how the mayor was talking. Every speech that he gave was based on design. I was surprised. And so design was part of their democracy. Design was part of their governance. And design is very, very important in coding, and Denmark specifically. I thought this was an important observation, and it's an idea that made me feel as if I was a politician. Because if you look at everything that is going on in our country, in my own university where we have a whole department of art, they want to do something design before they realize they have bypassed us and are contracting people from outside the university to execute that project. And it's so interesting. Then you made an attempt to tell them what you can do, and they'll be like, oh, so you can do it. Oh, so you can do that. You know, so this is how design is not being shown properly in our part of the world. And I believe that we can move from where we are right now and find a way of getting into even politics and make the politicians see what a designer can do. And for me, an occasion like this is very, very important, and that is why I buy 100% into the idea of graphic design awards. Because Denmark has a whole award scheme for the whole nation. They have it, they call it Denmark Design Awards. I had the opportunity of attending that one too. You know, Denmark Design Awards, the 2017 edition was held when I was there. And if you know what people were presenting, this was where people identified problems with different sectors of the economy and designed. And people were awarded based on the nature of the kind of design that were brought out. And so design is part of the entire governance and the entire rulership. I believe that if we work very hard at this and put all our hearts into some of these things, and we as young designers see design beyond what we are doing. The one interesting thing I realized was that of everything that I saw, we have everything here in Ghana. I'm a teacher, I'm a graphic design teacher, and I know what my students can do. I know some of the products that you people come out at the award scheme and so on. And I believe we have everything that it takes. What is left is how to put ourselves together and project these things to the world and find our proper place in governance, in politics, in everything. And I'm sure design has a future. Thank you very much.
Whoever thought we could learn through playing and play without being childish? I don't know how that's possible, but thank you so much, Dr. Patrick de Graaf Tiangsing. Thank you so much. Now we have Mr. Bruce Yao Ado of Ghana South Africa Business Chamber. Mr. Bruce. Please a round of applause for him. You ready?
Good afternoon. My name is Bruce, and I'm in charge of corporate relations and exports promotion for the South African Business Chamber. So I was contacted by Mr. Felix, and I saw this to be very interesting because when you go to South Africa, everything is also about design. The moment you are about to land from the aircraft, you see the landscape is well designed. It's very beautiful. There are lots of things going on, kind of businesses. I think every business relies on design. That's the most important thing. That's the first thing that sells every business. I'm very happy to be part of this program, and I wish everybody the very best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bruce. Please, any rep for My Joy Online? My Joy, please a round of applause for him. You're welcome. Then Design Thinking Ghana. Design Thinking Ghana. Please a round of applause for him. You are also welcome. So now we have Carlos J, the CEO of Insights Gray. Do we have you around, Carlos? Okay. Come over, share experiences.
Thank you very much. The room is too dull for my liking. I don't know. Are young people here? Are young people here? If you are here, let me hear you shout, "Awoo!" Yeah, that's some life. All right. So on behalf of Gray, I want to say thank you very much for showing up, for turning up here. In fact, when Felix spoke about Paul, I was like, I wish you all here were there to see his reaction whenever you mention Graphic Design Awards. The thing is all the way here in Ghana, but the South Africans are so passionate about this thing. They so want to be part of Graphic Design Awards. And I believe it's in that spirit that they are ready to host the winners. So whichever winners will come up today, I don't know whether it goes all the way 5th or 6th award, but I know a couple of winners will get opportunity to intern with Gray. Just like Felix said, Gray has been around since 1917. So if you thought designing started with you, then way back in 1917, and this year is exactly 100 years. So if you look at Gray, everything about us this year has been about this centenary celebration, and we've been carrying it around all over the place. Because this year's event is so paramount to our offices in South Africa, Paul wants all of you to know that what you are doing is so crucial. In fact, the gentleman who spoke before me said that design is part of everything. I mean, I work in the industry where I see designers all over. I see the amount of work they do and the kind of work they do, and sometimes I wish I was a designer. I mean, I see some of the things and I'm like, wow. So designers are so integral to almost every business, and especially those of us in advertising. I mean, almost everything that we do is designing. So you realize that without designers, whether be it web designers, I mean, the entire creative designing, you realize that your work is so crucial and is so integral to what we do. And what I know is that some companies are now beginning to have designers as part of their, of their system. So instead of outsourcing work to creative design agencies like ours, now they're even setting up their own design houses so that they are able to integrate the culture of their businesses into the heads of their designers. You see, so it's becoming, you are becoming hot cake every now and then. Designers are becoming most sought after talents all over the place, and it's making you very, very, very expensive. So tell the one seated next to you, you are very expensive. Yeah, and this is a fact. So don't feel belittled at all. The fact that you are here and the fact that you are a designer and the fact that you belong to this industry means that you are in very, 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 very good hands. And that's what Paul and Peter want me to send over to you. For you to know that indeed you've chosen to be at the right place and you are in the right business. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We'd like to call somebody from, representing from Ghana, is it Thinkers, Design Thinkers? Yeah, while we're waiting for the food to get ready, to come and say.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for this opportunity. We are from Design Thinking Ghana. It's a community of design thinking enthusiasts and professionals across the country. We've been in operation for like 2 years now. No, exactly 2 years now, not like. What we basically do is that we are a multidisciplinary platform to all those who love and have design at the heart and core of what they do. So we have policy makers, we have real graphic designers, we have businessmen, we have entrepreneurs. We've hosted a very big event earlier this year. Yeah, we hosted a big event earlier this year in April. It was called a DTGH, Design Thinking Ghana. If some of you may have heard, we flew in some top design thinking experts across the world, one notably by name Van Oostrom from the Netherlands. On the 30th, so let me get the date right. Later this month, we'll be holding another event, and it's part of a training series we are having. So we currently have some people in training. And as part of their poster presentations, there will be a presentation on designing digital strategies, AMA, as a case study. So a policy expert is going to take us through how we can infuse design into the work of AMA. And we'll be having key discussants, one Dr. Gordon Adomja from Ashasi, David Hatchful from Bloom Impact. We'll also be having Kutando from the Office of the President, as well as Silpi Nanda. She's from Impact Insurance. She's an Impact Insurance fellow at the NHIA. It promises to be a very stimulating atmosphere where you understand the place of design